Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card. I'm Holly with Handcrafted Blessings. Always excited to be with you here on Tuesday afternoons for these live videos. So we're going to have some fun today with Christmas. So, excuse me. I hope you guys are enjoying the start of your week so far. So let's see here. There we go. Hi, Jean. Oh, Jean, I'm just going to tell you, I just got a card returned in the mail from you. So, return to sender. So if you think about it, Jean, I guess I need your new address. All right. So welcome to everybody who's coming in. Hi, Patricia. Happy to see you guys on here today. I had to bust out the football today because football season is starting soon and I'm so excited. So yeah, I've got my Bears shirt on and I know I got a few days to go, but I just can't help it. So I don't know if any of you guys are football watchers, but that's really my thing in the fall is my Chicago Bears. So good afternoon to everybody who's coming in here today. It's so great to see you. So I'm going to be making a Christmas card today, because on the first Tuesday of the month, I like to introduce the new Christmas card kit of the month and show you a card with one of the sets that we're going to use. Now, this is not one of the cards that's part of the Christmas card kit of the month, but it just uses the same sets. So let me go ahead and put my camera down because this will make a lot more sense. Oh, Bonnie's a Buffalo Bills fan. Very cool. I'm just excited that there's other football fans. Because you're going to see a lot of Chicago Bears stuff, that I will be wearing this fall. So, oh goodness. But, yeah. So I do love football. Okay. So let me first tell you our September Christmas card kit of the month. We have, I'm only one person. I don't know why I'm talking about myself like I'm plural. I have two options for you this month. So, Christmas card kit of the month. Let me just tell you real quick, for those who aren't familiar, every month I offer a kit of the month for Christmas cards. You get the supplies for 10 cards. You also get an 11th card that is completed so that you can copy it and make your cards. So you end up with 11 cards and envelopes when you're done. And you'll have some extra supplies typically that you can work with because I send you extra designer series paper so you can make even more cards. But yeah, it's a great way to jumpstart your Christmas card making and get what you need to bulk produce some Christmas cards. So this month, I've got two different choices for you. I have a card using Hope and Peace, and I have a card using Merriest Moments. And I swear, I just had them right next to me. I was going to show you. Well, maybe I'm not. Okay, well, these are similar. Okay, these are not exactly, but they're really close. I will have the I will have my blog post up either later today or tomorrow so that you can start signing up and registering for this, and I'll get the actual samples up then. But these are kind of similar to what we're doing. So we're going to have a nice, simple black and white card using Merriest Moments, and then a fun strips card using Hope and Peace. So those are some of the options coming up. The colors and stuff will look a little bit different, so I will post the exact samples on my blog post and let you know. But that is coming up here very shortly. So let's see here. Ooh, we got Oregon, Connecticut, North Dakota, Indiana, Minnesota. Ooh, this is fun. It's fun to see all of you guys. Ohio, very fun. So anyways, those are the two sets for the Christmas card kit of the month. So what I want to do today is show you a card using Merriest Moment. Now, if you were around here last year, you might remember this set because it was actually in last year's fall catalog as well, but they carried it over to this year. And I have to confess, I purchased this last year and I never made a card with it. So this is my year. Now, the bundle for Mary's Moment comes with a hybrid embossing folder. So it's called Merriest Frames Hybrid Embossing Folder. And because it's a hybrid, it comes with dies as well, lots of dies. So we've got, we're going to be using some of these here today. So like we'll use this one here, this nice frames dies. We're going to use this big one. Going to use all of these here. So lots and lots of dies that come with this that also work with the embossing folder. So we'll look at some of how that works here today. Okay, let me go ahead and just set this aside and grab the actual card we're making. So this is the card. We're going to make this here today. So we're going to be using our die cuts, that frame. We're going to use the embossing folder, lots of different pieces that we've got going on here. So let's start with, well, let's just start with our card base. Our card base is Evening Evergreen, and then I have a piece of designer Sherry's paper. And this comes from, let's see here. The whole pack is sitting next to me. This comes from Painted Christmas. Now, Painted Christmas is actually also a carryover from last year. So this paper was in the last year's fall mini catalog, and here we have it again this year. So that's what I'm featuring in this card. So this paper right here, we are going to cut to 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll start with 4. We can just kind of make our background here. And then we'll do 5 1/4. And I think that's actually all we need the trimmer for. So this is just a standard card base. Oh, I've got some sun. Let me see if I can, hold on, I'm going to try to move my curtains a little bit so I don't have quite so much sun. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. So I've got my Evening Evergreen card base, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I've already scored it at 4 1/4. So it's just your basic card base. So we'll go ahead and put this on the front. Just like so. And I've got my card insert here. It's going to be 3 3¾ by 5. But before I put that inside the card, I'm actually going to stamp it really quick. So we're going to be stamping it with our a sentiment. It says, "Thinking of you this festive season." And then I'm also going to be using the poinsettia and a little insert here. So my color combination today is Evening Evergreen, Cherry Cobbler, and Soft Seafoam. Really pretty combination together. So we'll start with Evening Evergreen so we can stamp the sentiment here. That looks pretty good. I love the polymer stamps because you can see through them and know if your stamp is fully inked. It's quite handy, especially when you have more solid lettering like this. Okay, let me grab my Cherry Cobbler, and we're gonna stamp a poinsettia on here. Poinsettias were my mom's favorite flower. They were married in December 22nd, and so they always had poinsettias for their anniversary. So that's what that makes me think of. It's kind of fun. All right, and then I'm just gonna put this little middle thing right here. I don't know, some seeds or something, but I just thought it looked cute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close these ink pads. And we'll just turn this here. I know I kind of flip-flop between the front and the inside, but it just helps me to kind of get certain pieces out of the way before, you know, I'm going to be bringing out a die cutter. So we're going to need all the space we can have. But this is really great for the inside of your card, because a lot of times with Christmas, maybe we don't want to write a long message. We kind of just want to sign our names and be able to send the card off. And so this is nice and filling for the inside of your card. So this stamp set is really great for that. Okay. So we will set this aside, and I am going to move these blocks because, like I said, I'm going to be bringing out my cut and emboss machine, so we're going to need all of our space here. I have already stamped my flowers and greenery. So I've got a large poinsettia, I have a small poinsettia, and then I have 3 greenery here. And I've used soft sea foam and evening evergreen. But since we have a lot of die cutting and pieces to put together, I thought I'd go ahead and just stamp this ahead of time so that we can go ahead and die cut them. So I'll bring out my cut and emboss machine, and I have to use the large one. If you are a user of the mini machine, this particular bundle won't work because some of the dies and embossing are too big for the mini machine. So we do need to use the standard size. So I have purposely stamped these with a little bit of space in between them so that I can put my dies over them. Now I'm going to show you the little trick that I use to keep these in place while I am die cutting. But first, let me just get these lined up. So I'll just have to turn this, and I think I just bumped that other die, but that's all right. Oh, there we go. That's the placement. So, and I'll just realign that one. All right, and last but not least is this one. And, you know, I just kind of turn it until I find the spot where it lands. Some people can just kind of eyeball it and see the exact right spot. That's not me. I just like to spin it. It's like a merry-go-round. Would that be the right analogy? Okay. All right, I've got all of my dies in place. So what I like to do to keep these in place, when I go to put this top platform on, I am going to put it straight down. Okay? Sometimes when we put these platforms on, we kind of rock it. So we put down this side first and then go down. I have found the easiest way to keep these from not moving, other than using washi tape or something to hold them down, I just go straight down. Just like so. And then that way, as they go through, they don't move because I've got my hand holding that down with pressure until the machine catches on, so that we get all of our pieces cut out. Now, we'll sort those out in a little bit. We've got a couple of other things we're going to use this machine for. So I'm going to take a scrap of Evening Evergreen here, and we're going to grab the embossing folder. And then I need this large outline die right here. So we'll just take that off. We'll take our embossing folder. I know it's kind of hard to keep this all, trying to keep it all in frame. So I'm going to stick this on here. I think I have it backwards. So again, we're just going to line it up. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with the angle. Actually, maybe I'm on the wrong side of the platform. I always forget. I'm still new to these hybrid embossing folders. Yeah, I was on the wrong side of the embossing folder. Gosh, I think this is what, like my 3rd time using these. So I'm still figuring things out with these. So I just like to figure it out with you live. It was actually this side of the embossing folder. So it's the side with the Stampin' Up! Logo. And I can set my die cut. And it kind of has a little divot, I guess I would say, that it kind of fits in. So it's pretty snug. I'm using my finger here, and it's really not moving a whole lot because it just fits down in the embossing folder. So I'm just going to put my scrap right over this. And I'm going to tilt it a little towards myself just so I can make sure I have everything lined up. So I'll go ahead and close this. Oh, I got to change my plates. Let me pull these out. So we only need base plate number 1. And then we need number 4 because this is a 3D embossing folder. So I'll stick it here and we will wind our way through this machine. Now there are so many ways that you could use this embossing folder. You could take a piece of paper and forget the die cut. Let me see if I can show you how it would look. Okay, if we forgot this die for a second, you would end up with, turn this over. I can't hold it. You would end up with a piece of paper that looks like this. Okay, if you simply embossed it, it's really gorgeous. It has almost like stars in the background. So it just becomes a really beautiful piece for the front of a card. Okay, but I'm going to take off these pieces like so, which gets rid of all of the stars. And this is another option that you have. So now we have this piece, which has the embossed detail of the leaves. I know it's kind of dark paper, so sometimes that's hard for me to show up on camera, but I think I'm looking at my iPad here. Yeah, you're able to see some of the detailing there. So what we're going to do, we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to grab another die, which is this one. And I'm just going to overlay this die right on my die cut. And again,
I found this on the web.
Oh, sorry, my watch thought I was talking to it. We're just going to overlay the die cut right here. It actually, again, kind of sits snug on your piece. So we'll change our sandwich again. We'll just set that right there. Make sure, nope, I didn't move it. Because again, it really does sit pretty snug there. So it's not really going to move a whole lot when you go to put it through. So this is another option for how this can look when you're done. So I'm going to take this here. See if I can, okay. Let me just set this aside and then I can show you a better look at this new die cut that we now have. Okay, so now, because we have used this, we now have the leaf detail that has been cut out of our piece. So I'm just gonna kind of gently tug this little outline out. Because again, it's just another option for how you can do each layer of the set. So I like to kind of show you all of the different ways that you can use it because it might spark some imagination for you in how you might put this set to use. Especially if you decide to get it as part of the September Christmas card kit of the month, then you'll want to have some other ideas for how you can put this set to use. Okay, I got all the little pieces out. So now we have all that beautiful greenery detail in our piece, okay? So I'm going to take this and just do a little quick cleanup here so we can get these pieces out of the way. All right. Now, another die that comes in this is for the middle here, for creating a place that we can do our sentiment. It's a stitched rectangle, and it's a beautiful die. And what it turns out is a nice stitched rectangle that fits perfectly right here to make our tag. Now, as we move our dies out of the way, we've got our greenery pieces in soft sea foam and evening evergreen. We've got a couple of poinsettias. We've got a large and we've got 3 small. We'll just set those dies aside. And now we can begin some stamping and assembly. So we'll take our stitched rectangle And I'm going to use the stamp that says, "A Joyful Christmas to You and Yours," with Evening Evergreen. So we'll just ink this up. And yeah, looks like I got it all. Stick that right down there in the corner. Because we're going to kind of build our poinsettias around it. Get that little piece out of the way. All right. So we'll go ahead and take this and just start building our card layers. Now the nice thing is you can mix and match your greenery and your poinsettias on this card to create a lot of different ways that this card can look. And a lot of different color combinations, I think, too. Just making sure my card opens the correct direction before I stick this down. Now this piece really fills your whole card front. So it is the focal point of your card front, as you can see here. All right, so we're gonna take this one and we're gonna take one of the small, and I'm gonna set this on top of here. Now what I'm gonna do just with my fingers is I'm gonna take the top poinsettia and I'm gonna kind of curl the leaves upward. And then I'm going to do the opposite on the bottom. I'm going to take those leaves and kind of curl them a little bit down. It just adds a little bit more 3D element to this. So I'll take a dimensional here. And we'll start with that one right up here. Now I'm going to take my 3 greenery pieces. And I chose to mix and match and use a little bit of soft sea foam and a little bit of Evening Evergreen. So we have, I think I did 2 soft sea foam and 1 Evening Evergreen. So I'm going to take this one and we're going to have it kind of go across the top of my card here. This one for down here. Now I've got more poinsettias to add, but I want to get these taped down first. And then this one is just going to peek out up here above the large one. So we'll take our other 2 poinsettias and we will stick a dimensional on the back of these. Oops, if I can get that off. There we go. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and curl the leaves just a tiny bit with my fingers before I stick it on. And then we'll, let's see, I think that'll work right there. And then this one, I think I'm going to turn it around this way. Yeah, I think we'll do it right about there. So make sure we're not covering up the words at all. And last but not least, I'm going to grab my red and green adhesive backed pearls. Actually, in the catalog, I believe these are called festive pearls, but they're the same thing. They come in red and green, obviously, and then silver and gold. So I'm out of the green and the silver, but I have lots of red and gold left. So I thought these would make perfect centers for the poinsettias. So we're just going to add a little gold bling, because I feel like gold and Christmas colors just go really well together. I mean, silver would too. But with this particular color combination, I'm just in love with the gold. And so there we have, actually, it's not a complicated card. Yes, it does have a lot of pieces that you need to die cut, but it's not a difficult, like in terms of difficulty level, it's low difficulty. So it's just a really cute card. And you could easily cut lots of flowers at the same time so that you could mass produce this one if you wanted to. All right, and then let me show you, once again, if you're coming in late, these are the stamp sets for the September Christmas card kits of the month. I have 2 different options for you. So those will be posted on my blog, and I'll post a link here on Facebook. Probably, my guess would be tomorrow. I'm preparing for my dad to come visit, and so I have to go pick up a new shelving unit and get a bed ready, all these things. So it'll be up by tomorrow at the latest, but I'll post the link for you guys here on Facebook so that you'll know what we're doing for the September Christmas card kit of the month. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know I was a little focused on all the die cutting in pieces, and so I wasn't able to watch all of your comments, but I will definitely go back and look. So, oh, here we go. Merriest Frames. Della was asking this Merriest Frames hybrid. It's on page 81, but it's also page 20. I'm going to say it's like 23 maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, 23. So page 23 of the fall mini catalog is where you can see some additional examples of how to use this, and where it's found. And then you've got, a picture showing the embossing folder with the die in it. So that's page 23 as well. So hopefully that helps you guys. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. So y'all have a great day, and don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.